put some chapstick on. No, I mean Carmex. The good stuff. Good morning. Am I cool enough to be one of those YouTubers that has to post a life update? Oh shoot, speaking of, I might not know where my sunglasses are. Oh, I do. They're right here under all this junk. Oh shit. I forgot I also had a plant cutting in my car, but I think it stayed warm enough. Oh my goodness. So, you know, if you have blue eyes, you know, and I was just talking to my mom about this yesterday, it doesn't matter what the sunshine is doing. I didn't put sunscreen on my face. I'm having a rough morning. It doesn't matter what the sun is actually doing. You gotta have sunglasses on when you're outside in the daytime, because it's almost like you're a vampire. But I'm gonna have a little chat with you while I get ready and not drive down the road while we're putting on makeup, because we don't do that anymore. And I keep saying that like that because I used to do that. I was that dumb girl when I was very young. Yes, I've totally upped my skincare routine. I don't know how many of you have heard about that, but I have. I'm experiencing like a weird rosacea thing right now, but I'll probably do a video for you on that soon, and a hair care thing too, because while today my hair is kind of, but I have been putting a lot of effort into my hair and my skin lately. But I just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit and give you an update on my life and be one of those YouTubers and tell you why I haven't been posting twice a week and only once a week, even though there's only 12 of you right now, and you probably all know why, but we're still going to talk about it. So, basically, I actually don't really remember what started it all off, but then I know this was the second thing. My dude got his first deer with his bow, because deer season is way earlier, or starts way earlier, I should say, for archery. Or archery season starts way earlier for deer. That's how you actually say that. But like a month earlier almost. And there's no, like here in Wyoming, there's sections that you have to have your tag for, and you can only hunt in your section, and you get little maps. And I don't know how that works in other states. It's probably somewhat similar, but anyway, so he got his first deer with his bow, and that created a lot of mayhem for us because it was warm out, so we couldn't just hang it in the garage. Well, his uncle has this hunting program for people who are basically wheelchair bound. So he usually has a cooler, like a big cooler to hang wild game in, and that cooler was like on the fritz. And so we called this guy locally, who is not the coolest. And I didn't want to call a processor. That was my week to work 3 days. And so meaning that was my Saturday to work basically on that week. And he had just started a brand new job the day after actually. And then I'll tell you the hunting story. And so anyway, I called this guy and I was like, how much does it cost to hang it? How much does it cost to hang it and get it processed? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I used to work for his competitor, which is no longer even in town, but he had my phone number saved. Because sometimes small businesses have to work back and forth with their competitors if they can't take the business, or if they're out of something and they need something, or, you know, we sold them a bunch of things when we stopped doing wild game, because that business solely does federally inspected bison now. Anyway, it's not even in this town anymore. It moved to the town where the ranch is. Anyway, he had my number saved from then, because I've had the same number since 2007. And he was a jerk to me. He was like, oh, it'll be way more than what he actually charges to process it. He was going to charge like a $60 fee to clean it if we skinned it, which is standard, but it's not that high of a fee. Isn't standard. That fee is usually like between $10 and $20. And so whatever, it was just like I had a hard time with it in the first place because I don't like paying to do something like that I am fully capable of doing. And also that's a lot of money, and the reason that I like rely on my skills that I have is so that we don't have to spend a lot of money, because hunting is expensive anyway. I mean, it puts meat in your freezer, but it is expensive. We ultimately decided that we would risk hanging this animal in the uncle's cooler for like a day and a half, and then I would cut it, and I did. So that took a lot of my time up. Also, when he got this deer, he got it on a whim. So he had this job that he wasn't too knocked out about, and it was causing so much stress on him that he just, oh, I know what the first thing was. I'll tell you that. No, I'll tell you right now. So that I don't forget it. The first thing was my dude's mom had to have a surgery in another town, the town where my sister lives. And so I had to go take her to her surgery. And that took up a lot of time. And I tried to have my iPad with me to do some editing and stuff, and it just didn't work out. But I did film a video that is not out yet because I'm not ready to put it out yet. Or I filmed part of a video, I should say. That was number one. Then number two is the deer thing. And honestly, so he was stressed at that job. When I was coming back from that, actually, he was like, I'm so stressed at this job, and we've been looking for a better job. I just got this, side note, coffee creamer. It's Coffee Mate, I guess, is the brand of it. I could be lying. But it's Funfetti Cake Mix coffee creamer. It makes your coffee taste like birthday cake. Anyway, my brother works for CarQuest, and they were in desperate need of a parts delivery driver. And I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but he was saying that, and I was like, well, I know my brother's work needs, or they were needing this, let me ask him. And my brother was like, yeah, absolutely. And I said that my dude wanted that job. I basically was like, he wants that job. And he was like, well, just have him come in. And so I told him, because he is a give a mouse a cookie. I love the guy to death, but if you do something for him, he wants you to do the whole thing. So I was like, I am not going to go get a application for you and fill it out and bring it in. You were going to go and you were going to talk to them. And so I made him go talk to them, and they basically talked, and then before my dude even got home, they called him and they were like, the job's yours if you want it. So then he was going to start the very next day, and he couldn't because he had to go to his other job and like clean his vehicle out and stuff like that.
That's a job that's basically designed for teenagers because it's weed and pest control. It's not a like career job except for like the 3 people who have their career jobs there. So it's not like it was like a big loss to them or anything. And his sister-in-law is part of the management team, and he knew like if he needed that job back, it was fine. He didn't give it 2 week notice. That's what I'm trying to say.
So he had to go clean his vehicle out and stuff and deal with all that dynamic. So he just decided, I'm going to go and try to get my deer today, and he did. And he was very excited. And it was such like the first really blustery, crummy freaking day. In fact, it was the day that I filmed the video, the part of the video in the Blair Chicken Project where I was pulling out all the plants. So, sorry, I have some sniffles that are really bothering me lately. He got the deer, but there was some trouble with his shot, and it didn't kill the deer. So he tracked it, and he tracked it, and he tracked it all day. He kept going back out there, and he couldn't find it, and he was being so hard on himself because he couldn't find it. And then he had to give up. And then, because he had to give up, he was like just devastated because he is a very ethical hunter, and he wasn't very happy with that situation. So he had himself kind of convinced, well, at least I'm kind of giving back to nature, and something will eat it, and XYZ. So he went and he started his new job, and then our neighbor called him and was like, I found your deer. He's alive, but he's not going anywhere. So he took his lunch break on his first day super early, and he came back and he dispatched the deer. And then, so I had to deal with all that. So then that led up to the whole, like, find a place to hang it, butcher it situation. And then, because we've been so busy, like, my house has just gotten trashed, and I'm not a person who does well when my house is trashed. And so I just spent some effort doing that, and I've been pretty depressed about my job and stuff. And then this past weekend, his brother and sister-in-law, the one who I share the plants with and all that, they renewed their wedding vows, and they had like a big deal wedding. When they first got married, they eloped in Las Vegas, and I don't know, I wasn't around for that part of their lives, but there was a bunch of drama, I guess, surrounding the wedding, so they said, screw it, we're going to Las Vegas, and they got married in Vegas. And then when they came back, they had like a ceremony at the park that his parents threw, like a surprise ceremony, I guess. And then I came into the picture like 8 months later, so that's way before me. So they had like a big to-do wedding, and they're really into like Viking culture. Not like let's just look like Vikings, but like they have implemented a lot of that into their daily lives and stuff. So it was like a wedding, but also like a Viking wedding. I don't know how to explain it, but we all have cool Viking hair. That was on Saturday, and today's Tuesday, and I haven't taken my braids out, but I probably will tonight. I got braids on this side too. I really like it, but now they're getting frizzy. This girl that works for my sister-in-law came and did all the wedding hair, and she did such an amazing job. She used to be, I don't know the correct term, a hairdresser in Colorado, and when she moved here, she just didn't get her Wyoming license and stuff, but she did a great job. She made such cool Viking hair for everybody. It was awesome. Especially my sister-in-law. She had like way cool hair. She didn't have like a designated maid of honor, so we all kind of were that for her. And that really took a lot out of us, you know, I mean, because, you know, there's just a lot involved. So I am so sorry, but I just have not had a flippin' chance to get more videos edited and out, and I really wanted to. I was trying to work hard on that, but I've also had like a lot going on with my actual job, so I have to do real work when I'm there sometimes, unfortunately. But oh, sorry about these sniffles, they're so bad. And then I've spent a lot of time going out of town the last few days. And when I park, I want to show you something that I got my boss for Boss's Day. It is so cool. So Boss's Day was this past Saturday. So the 16th, the same day as the wedding, honestly. And a lot of people, I guess, probably celebrated it on Friday. But, you know, we're really a tiny office. It's her and I, and it's me that's there all the time. So, whatever. We don't go, like, do big to-dos about it, but I went with my parents to the fun shopping town and yesterday, and while we were waiting for my dad to get done with something, we went into the Hobby Lobby because it was right next door, and I found my boss is trying to make a cross wall in her dining room. And she has she might have a couple, actually, now that I think about it. But one she has is really beautiful. Somebody made for her. Her son died last year, not from COVID. It was pre-COVID, basically. He had a bad heart and some other issues. And somebody made her a really cool cross. And I've wanted to get her a cross for her cross wall. But I haven't, found the right one, because I'm about the most pickiest person you've ever met when it comes to finding something perfect like that. When we were at Hobby Lobby, they had an end cap and a whole aisle of crosses, wall decor, and I found this big beautiful one that really goes with her motif in her home, because she's really design oriented and she puts a lot of thought and effort into the design of her home. And so I didn't want to just get one that was random, and I didn't want to get one that said stuff all over it, because even though it's for her home, I don't want to give her something that I don't like, and I don't like things that say things on them. Oh, there's a dude out here. I think he's waiting for the barber who's randomly here and never actually around. This coffee is so good, you guys. Oh, and so guess what else? There's some really cool stuff coming up. I have like a really cool unboxing that I'll probably be able to film in the next couple of days, because it's not here yet, but if it doesn't get here today, I'm sure, well, she just mailed it yesterday, so tomorrow or the next day it'll probably get here. I'll have to check the tracking. I didn't check it this morning yet. Anyway, our friend Sonia over at Plant Knows, it's that time where I have to order plants for our Plant of the Month Club thing. So I worked out a deal with her, and she made like a little, I want to say kit, but that's not it. She put together a package basically that has like our Plant of the Month plants that I picked, and I'm not going to tell you what they are. And then she put some surprises in there, and I ordered a couple other things out of her store, and I'm really excited to show you. So that'll be that. But the dude in the parking lot left, so I'm going to show you this cross that I got my boss for Boss's Day. And then I'm going to go in and do some work and edit this video maybe. Okay. It is so cool, you guys. It's huge. Like, look, it's so big. But look at this. Isn't that pretty? Because she does like a little bit of a Western theme, and I have discovered that I'm really into the nails. Theme isn't the right word, but the nails on crosses. Oh yeah, and by the way, everything was 50% off. Not everything in the store, but everything that we bought was 50% off. So I'll probably take that over to her at lunchtime when I go let my brother and sister-in-law's dogs out. And that's that. So thanks for listening to me ramble and getting ready with me and riding into work with me. Hopefully we'll be back to regularly scheduled programming. Okay, bye forever. Parts to... Ow!